What's up, guys? It's your boy Jerome here, back with another video. If you guys remember way back like a year ago when I started this YouTube channel back up, the whole reason for doing this was to document my MBA journey and to show you guys like what it's really like to go from being an engineer, having that experience and transitioning through this MBA into something else. And so as a part of that, I wanted to give you guys an update on the first year of my MBA. I just finished the first full year of my MBA program, which I know is crazy. It's only a 2-year program. I'm halfway done already. COVID did make it really challenging with everything being virtual, not being able to really make as many friends here. But I think one of the really big things that I learned is to appreciate the friendships that I already have, as well as really form strong connections with a smaller group of people than just trying to go out and meet as many people as possible. And the other big thing was the entire classroom experience being virtual. That one also has its positives and negatives. The negatives obviously being that you're not learning in person, so a lot of people kind of felt like, why am I paying all this money if I'm just studying basically online, from my computer? But I think a lot of the positives is how much flexibility it gives you. I live about 30 minutes away from UNC's campus, and the flexibility of being able to just roll out of bed and sit down in front of your camera versus, waking up 30 minutes earlier, getting ready, getting dressed, and then actually driving to campus and fighting traffic and all that was a huge plus side for me. The MBA program as a whole is very different from undergrad. Well, from undergrad engineering. I don't know what the process was like for business students in undergrad, but for engineering, the process was a lot of you go to class, right after class, you basically just do homework until about 8 or 9 o'clock and really try to understand the material, and then the next day you would go in and we would have weekly quizzes, we would be cramming for exams, and at the end of all of that, after your 4 years were done, you basically just took your resume that had your GPA, said that you were getting an engineering degree, and went to a career fair and showed it off and were almost guaranteed a job. It's not like that in the MBA world. Let me explain. The academic school side of it, it's definitely important, but it's not the main focus. Because what is the goal of the MBA? Well, the goal of your MBA, just like most degrees, is to get a job. But the academic school side of it, they're not teaching you anything that an undergraduate business student wouldn't know. Really, they're just trying to catch you up to get a better understanding of the business world as a whole. So those things that you're learning in your classes, while they are really important, it's not anything groundbreaking or new like you would expect out of maybe a master's in engineering. Instead, the main priority in your MBA is networking. You're trying to meet as many people as possible and convince them that you know enough about the basics of business to provide value to their company. So at UNC, for example, the way that I created my network was through the investment banking club. It is a career club that already has a big network of investment bankers that they're in constant communication with, and every year new students get to join that network and start reaching out and talking to all these connections that UNC's already made for you. And what I've learned is it actually works. So many people are willing to sit down and talk to you just because you have that school connection. You both went and did the same MBA at UNC, or maybe you both got your undergrad from Tennessee, or maybe you're both from the same hometown and you didn't know it. It's those small things that make a person want to take a second and know a little bit more about you. And that's what's going to get you a job in this program, not necessarily if you got an A+ in finance. Looking back at it, would I have delayed coming here a year to get the full in-person MBA experience? I don't think so. No. Because ultimately, engineering wasn't what I wanted to do for a career for the next 40 years of my life. And I think I knew that for a long time before I finally decided to quit and pursue something else. And so if I had waited an extra year, it would have just been 1 year more that I would have had to do something that I didn't like, and 1 year less of potentially being able to do something that I love. So even with COVID, even with all of the things that we missed out on, I'm really glad that I decided to come back and get my MBA right now. For any of you that are considering going back to school but just don't know if it's the right time or are waiting for some sort of sign that it is the right time, I can tell you from personal experience that that time is never going to come. The perfect time doesn't exist. It is always going to be hard to give up your job making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year to go back to school and start over from zero. But don't let that fear be the reason you don't go back. And that's all I've got for this week, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.